well, good morning, everybody. Thank y'all for joining us this morning. Just want to recognize just a few people that are with us. Obviously, the Georgia Emergency Management Agency Director, Chris Stallings, is with us. Also, just want to thank the Department of Public Safety, all the state patrol folks that we have that are on the ground here in the area and other parts of the state that have been assisting. Certainly we have the National Guard geared up and ready to move potentially to multiple places, and we're just staying in constant contact with them and what plans they're getting, not only out of D.C. but here in the state as well. Obviously we've had DOT involved. Department of Natural Resource teams are standing by as they always do to be storm ready, working with the Department of Agriculture, the Insurance Commissioner's Office over the last several days, reminding Georgians to be prepared to have any kind of insurance policies together and take necessary steps to be storm ready. We're also doing the same when it comes to price gouging, potential price gouging and other type things, just consumer protection issues with the Attorney General Chris Carr's office to meet all the challenges of the storm. And I just appreciate so many members of the General Assembly that are just great supporters of this whole statewide team being here. Certainly appreciate Majority Leader John Burns specifically for his leadership in the House. I did want to acknowledge Representative Ron Stevens, who had a death in the family, couldn't be with us today, and then Tyler Harper, who's been a great champion for public safety in the Georgia State Senate, along with a lot of other legislators that are here. I also want to thank Director Dennis Jones, the Chatham County EMA Director, and Greg Kelly, who's here with the Savannah Airport. Just wanted to give you a quick timeline. As you all know, the state of emergency issued Tuesday went into effect this morning at 7 a.m. That's continuing to make state resources available to local governments and entities within the hurricane's impact area. The State Operations Center is at level 1, which is full-scale activation. Teams from every relevant state agency are standing by to deploy to any potential affected counties when and if appropriate. We were there yesterday morning, and everybody's ready to go, and we're in constant contact with our friends at the local level. I know we have folks from Georgia Power here this morning. We are continuing to coordinate with our utility providers. They've been staging equipment, also inspecting right-of-way paths and preparing to respond to any power outages. Currently, the Savannah Airport remains open and operational. Griff Lynch is here with the Ports Authority, and Griff was just giving me a quick update. The port terminal has been cleared of any waiting vessels last night, and operations are currently scheduled to continue to 6 p.m. So there's normal activities on the port with containers that are going out, but all the vessels have been moved to safe locations. I will be having a call later in the morning with Rear Admiral McPherson of the United States Coast Guard to talk about the status of the port and what they're seeing and any actions that they may or may not take. Obviously, we want to make sure that we can continue to control, whenever possible, the operations of the port, and we certainly appreciate the great team that we have there. For situational awareness, the Talmadge Bridge continues to remain open. At this moment, the Sidney Lanier Bridge in Glenn County has been or will be closing at 9 a.m. this morning, so folks in that area of the state need to just be aware of that. We're not sure when it will be reopened, but after the storm passes, we'll evaluate what steps we need to take to get the bridge reopened, if any. We're certainly continue to welcome our friends from our neighboring state south of us, the state of Florida, with open arms. We continue to have a lot of hotel, motel capacity to meet their demand. Anyone that's looking for a place to stay as they come through our state can visit the Explore Georgia website. There's hurricane information on there, and that's associated with the Department of Economic Development. And they continue to be the lead agency to coordinate with the hotel industry to be able to help our guests. And we're certainly welcoming them to our state under very tough circumstances. I would ask everybody to keep those Floridians that have been affected by the storm, in your thoughts and prayers, as you know, that was a devastating storm when it hit land. It continued to build strength. Very tough situation, a lot of damage. They're still dealing with the aftermath and the current path of the storm with heavy rain events, flooding, and other things. And that is coming our way. Thankfully, we've been very lucky overnight that the storm continues to move out to sea and further eastward. But the coast is still going to be affected. Thank goodness it doesn't look like it's going to be as much as what we thought the path was going to be earlier in the week. So we are blessed by that, but certainly praying for our friends in Florida. We do have concerns, and Director Stallings and a few other folks are going to speak to us this morning and give you an update from their end. But we still are concerned about potential flooding and heavy winds that will be pushing through our parts of our state. And we just want to remind everybody to be weather aware of that and to take precautions now to keep you and your family safe.